Scenes nahi hai, ma'am. There are some cuts. Scenes is when they cut out entire scenes. ताकि audience को गलत फहमी ना हो कि scenes काटे जा रहे हैं. There's a certain word that there was an issue, and there is a certain moment that there is an issue. But more than that,
I think usually with every film, the film does go back and forth a couple of times before it's finally passed, and I think that's like usual routine. And I can't understand why for this particular film it's been blown out of proportion for no reason.
There are two other women-oriented films which we recently released and they've been declared tax-free. Are you aware of it and have you seen the promos and the film?
I know only of... I haven't seen Mardani, so I don't know. Mary Com, of course, is going to release. But it's nice. It's nice that the state recognizes these things, and I think it's a great way to sort of encourage films that are socially relevant.
Are you looking forward to doing such films in future?
Absolutely, but I mean, I don't think the intention is to do a tax-free film. I don't think we set out to make those kind of films. I think we all sort of look for films that we connect with as an actor. You identify with a character. You look at the larger picture. You want to be part of a film where you want to tell an interesting story. And in the process, if it ends up becoming a biopic or if it ends up becoming, one of those films where a particular state feels like it should be tax-free, or you want to promote that kind of a film, then I think that's a great thing.
Have people already seen the movie as yet? I mean, have you guys got any reviews for it, for the movie?
I think today's our first screening, and we've not even seen the film ourselves. So it'll be quite interesting to see what, we don't even know who's here, so I mean it'll be interesting to see what couple of our friends have come to see the film.
We're the most lost people at this screening at this point, because we were discovering that in the car, acha koi aaya, kaun aaya, because we just finished work and got in here. But it'll be nice to get feedback. It'll be the first genuine feedback we get from outside the film's perspective, so it should be interesting.
And I think the reviews that you are getting for the promos so far.
Sorry, ma'am?
What are the kind of reviews that you are getting?
The reactions, I mean, honestly, the reaction's been really nice. It's been overwhelming to know that people are reacting so positively to a film like Fanny. We always knew that. I think that's why we decided to be part of doing something unique in that sense. And the audience lapping it up, whether it's digitally, whether it's you guys who've spoken about the film so highly, I've recently joined Twitter, the kind of feedback I've got, it shows that our audience is ready. So the feedback has been very, very encouraging, and fingers crossed for the 12th of September.
I think it's largely been, it's looking really fun, it's looking really quirky, it's looking very different. I think these are largely the kind of reactions that are coming, and I think what we didn't expect is the kind of reaction that we've got to Shake Your Buttiya. We thought Fanny Ray was the song that everyone will enjoy, but I think Shake Your Buttiya is what people are really enjoying. In fact, I was listening to radio in the car the other day, and in a span of half an hour I heard the song like 3 or 4 times. So it's nice.
Sansari case. Deepika Padukone listens to the radio, that's big news.
उन्हें आजकल का म्यूजिक पसंद नहीं है, लाइक लुंगी डांस, हलचल जवानी, इस पर आपका क्या रिएक्शन है?
Would you like to take? I think everybody in our country has a right to an opinion. She also has a right to an opinion, and she must be feeling it for a certain reason. I'm sure if she must be having a reason.
I think, like Arjun said, I think everyone has their personal preferences, personal tastes. But for someone like Asha ji, I mean, I completely respect her opinion.
But Deepika Arjun, do you all like drinking Fanny?
The film is called Fanny, huh?
Yeah.
Do we like drinking Fanny?
Yeah.
I've never tasted Fanny, but the film is Finding Fanny, not Fanny.
अर्जुन क्योंकि राम लखन के लिए आपको रोल अप्रोच हुआ है कि नहीं?
So Finding Fanny, we are here to talk about. It's releasing in English and in Hindi. Fanny की बात करें, yes, it's one of the most delightful things from Goa, which has been known for so many years. मैंने आज तक taste नहीं किया, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I would like to taste it. Why not? But I remember we had this conversation while shooting also, but we never got down to tasting it or even trying it out. Yes.
Okay, this is one different film that we're talking about, but also another very different film from our country. English has reached Japan and made 1 billion.
Yes.
what would you all say about it?
The more the merrier. जितनी हमारी पिक्चर दुनिया भर में पहुंचे उतना अच्छा. That is the idea of making cinema, is to break into different audiences, not only our Indian audiences. I think Finding Fanny primarily stems from that. I think a studio like Fox affiliating with the film speaks volumes about the fact that they look at it from that perspective as well. जैसे जब My Name is Khan लगी थी, they tapped into non-typical cultural Indian audiences. They try to hit a bigger diaspora of audience. हम उम्मीद करते हैं कि this film has that kind of merit. If we give it that kind of love and recognition from our country, it will transfer like how Lunchbox got reviewed so well. It did so well. I mean, Germany made done unbelievable business. America did unbelievable business. Finding Fanny, hopefully, if people give it that love here, I'm sure Fox will do their best to make sure it reaches so many more people, like English Finglish as where Eros is concerned. So it's great. I think we should aim. Why not? Yeah? If their films can do well here, our films can do well across the world as well.
Deepika, what would you say about the same?
Absolutely, I think he's said it all. I don't think we should ever look at cinema as, oh, this is Indian cinema, or this is Hollywood, or this is. The idea is to entertain, and we're not restricting the audience, right? I mean, of course, we largely cater to an Indian audience, but of course, we want to make films that kind of cuts across. I've always believed that how we say, we always say that love is a universal language. I also feel similarly, cinema is a universal language, and it doesn't matter what language you make the films in. As actors, we watch Japanese films, you watch French films, you watch Iranian films. You don't really understand, every word that they're saying, but you largely know. Because it's an emotion, it's a feeling. As human beings, you identify with that, and as long as you manage to do that, I think it's a battle won.
Deepika, in fact, you have worked with Raman and Happy New Year. He has been receiving a few threat calls, but basically there's a newspaper who said that probably these things come up when a movie is nearing its release or something. Do you think it is a promotional gimmick somewhere because the newspaper said it? Since you are a part of it, what is your reaction to it?
I think your question is absolutely irrelevant and should not be discussed so frivolously.
Okay, Arjun, Deepika, अभी 25 सितंबर को फिरोज खान का बर्थडे आना है. क्या आप कितना मिस करते हैं आज की जनरेशन से?
I think he was stylish, he was iconic, and he, I'm sure, is sorely missed by all his fans, and we amongst those fans hope wherever he is, he's happy. वो सवाल पूछेंगे मैं उन्हीं से बात करूँगा. नहीं, मैं उधर क्यों देखूँ? इन्होंने सवाल पूछा. आप कैमरा के नीचे खड़े हो, आओ. One-on-one conversation.
Deepika, what do you want to say? Legendary actor थे फिरोज खान.
Of course, I think he had his own style, he had his own individuality, and I think that's what actors. I think actors today, I mean, he was someone that we kind of, you watched his movies, you aspire, you get inspired, and of course we miss him.
Thank you so much.
हो गया